Versatile Mage. Chapter 123. Tang Yu's Invitation. Currently, even if Mo Fan didn't enter meditation, his nebula would still be in a state of growth. The growth rate wasn't slow, either. An exact number of how much the little loach pendant was supplying his cultivation was something Mo Fan did not know at the moment. In short, Mo Fan hadn't done anything in these 2 months of time, he only focused on cultivating. He didn't know whether he would be able to completely cast his first intermediate magic in a short half a year's worth of time like he could back at primary level. Alright, I have cultivated for a month, let's see where my limit lies. Mo Fan exerted all his effort preparing to connect all of his stars to the very extent of his ability. Mo Fan was very familiar with the methods of connecting stars into star paths through the usage of star trails. What came after was how many stars Mo Fan would be able to control. The first 7 were easy as they were the 7 stars for his primary magic. Mo Fan connected them with ease as they formed into a star path. As the control continued, Mo Fan forced the other stars that were moving quickly to listen to his command. The 8th star was very obedient. Mo Fan didn't interact with it much, and after a proper agreement with one another, the 8th star had moved into its allocated place during the first week. The 9th star was not as obedient. Mo Fan had used threats to finally subdue it, and when he wasn't being cautious, a fracture could easily emerge on the 9th star. A fracture was the same as at primary level. When a single star failed to connect, then the entire star path would collapse like a domino effect, forcing a restart. This was caused by outside interruptions, or a lack of concentration in controlling the star. Good. The next one is the 10th star. After successfully connecting the 9th star, he immediately began on the increasingly difficult 10th star. The previous 9 stars were all on the same star path, they were the axis of the star diagram. Mo Fan had to constantly maintain the completed star path so it would not break, all the while he attempted to open up another new star path. Completing a single star path may not be hard, however, controlling other stars while maintaining an entire star path increased the difficulty several times over. This could be considered as testing the level of a magician's concentration. Mo Fan was shouting within his mind, while at the same time, he did not dare to loosen up. He clearly remembered that when he had broken through to the intermediate level, his consciousness had been hit by a sequence of headaches. He clenched his teeth as he endured it. The truth is, if you were unable to endure this kind of mental attack, then it could be said that your mental strength was not enough to handle a whole nebula's worth of stars. Within this period of practicing, who knows how many times Mo Fan lost to the 10th star. Come. Good job. The purple star gradually came over sincerely. At last, it finally remained in the specially designated spot obediently, under the control of Mo Fan. 1 star path and a newly appointed star. For Mo Fan, this could be considered as taking a big step. At the very least, he had grasped the essential part of the intermediate magic's star diagram. Many intermediate magicians could meticulously study this star diagram for many years. Many had already achieved the intermediate level. However, by the time they were able to use intermediate magic, they would already be too old. The difficulty of a star diagram was far greater than that of a star path. They would be stuck at this area if they did not have a sufficient amount of willpower, nor understanding of control. Mo Fan's control could be considered very successful. On this morning, Mo Fan went to find a desolate place without any people just like before, so he could practice his magic. After reaching the intermediate level, Mo Fan's speed in casting magic had become extremely fast. Now, Mo Fan only needed 1.5 seconds to cast lightning strike or fire burst. It was said that the truly incredible magicians were able to cast primary magic simply by lifting their hands, achieving the action of instant casting. Mo Fan also knew that practicing was extremely essential if he wanted to reach that kind of level. 1.5 second casting was still slightly slow. If a magical beast was around 30 or so meters away from you, perhaps they would only need 1 second to directly appear in front of you. After finishing practicing, Mo Fan felt the mobile phone in his pants vibrate. As Mo Fan opened the phone, he saw it was an unknown caller. He felt suspicious as he answered the call. "Hello, is this Mo Fan?" From the phone came a mature and incredibly sexy voice. Hearing it could make people's ears feel comfortable. "Tang Yu, it is great that I can hear your voice again." Mo Fan answered happily. After the calamity happened, no one was able to care for others. Mo Fan also did not see his beloved Tang Yu. Speaking of which, if it wasn't for Tang Yu giving him the few star diagram books, then his life would have most likely ended in Bo City. "You sure hid yourself in a far place. I had to ask Zhang Kong to know that you're in the placement area in Shanghai," Tang Yu said with a smile. "After so many things happening, I just wanted to find a peaceful place to practice," Mo Fan replied. "How come you decided to come to the great magic city? The waters here are quite deep. Even the Mu family would be classified as a small family clan within the great magic city of Shanghai. Seeing how much you love causing trouble, I hope you don't provoke any of the great noble families," Tang Yu said. "Currently, it is as though I am cut off from the rest of the world. The placement area is pretty desolate. Even if I wanted to cause trouble, I'd still need the environment," Mo Fan replied with a bitter smile. "This placement area, sigh, forget it, I feel too disinclined to talk about it. I am currently on a mission in a northern area of Hangzhou. If you don't have anything to do, why don't you come over here for a bit? I'll take that time and give you some recommendations," Tang Yu told him. "On a mission? Tang Yu, just what divinity are you? Could you leak a bit of that to this student of yours?" Mo Fan replied. Mo Fan had already asked once before. Star diagram books were indeed an item that you couldn't buy even if you had the money. His teacher, Tang Yu, had given him 4 books at once. It clearly showed that her background was not as simple as just a high school teacher. "I'll tell you when the time comes. So, are you coming here or not?" Tang Yu said mysteriously. "I'll go, of course I'll go. You should have reached the intermediate level, right?" "Hey, how did you know?" Mo Fan replied awkwardly. The matter of reaching intermediate level was something Mo Fan hadn't told anyone yet. After all, the more strength he exposed, the more unfavorable it would be for him. "It just happens that we are in need of a lightning magician. Sensei, I haven't completed my star diagram yet. Don't worry, I have already prepared a lightning star diagram book for you. Does your family sell those? Why do you make it sound like it was a cabbage? I heard this thing was being controlled by some influential power, and it was impossible for them to be on the market. Sister Tang Yu, don't tell me you are from that influential power." Mo Fan asked. "Why are you asking so many questions? If you help us complete this mission, then you will receive many benefits. Will there be an awakening stone?" "An awakening stone? All right, if you finish this, then I can bring you to the Magic Association to awaken." Mo Fan felt a headache coming on as he heard this. "What do you mean, finish this? Pretty lady, you are a teacher, could you please pay attention to the phrasing?" Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.